Hey everybody, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I am back with something a little bit different, and I'm a pretty simple guy. I find weird stuff online and I buy it and check it out, and then I try to be generous with said weird stuff. So I bought this thinking that my wife's school could use it, and it is a starter kit for Lilypad. And I've seen the Lilypad stuff on AliExpress and sites like that. Never actually used one before, but it seems to be like an Arduino type thing that is made for wearable / textile projects. So I got a starter kit, figured it'd be a good way to learn about it, and also thought that it's kind of in the age range that my wife's students would like, so I figured I'd give it to them. So without further ado, let's take a look. So we're greeted with a whole bunch of these rectangles of felt, I guess you'd call it, and so a bunch of different colors of felt. Seems to be a decent, it stands up. It's decent stuff. So we'll put the box aside, and we'll start grabbing everything else that's in the box out and dump. And so we have a battery box here that is 2 AAA. So very simple battery box. Does have an on-off switch, so you can conserve your battery life. Have these alligator clips, or as people call them in other countries, crocodile clips, and little leads to connect the stuff. This appears to be metal wire. I'm guessing they'd call it conductive thread, is probably the more technical term for it. And this is what's going to connect all the stuff in the clothing, or in the puppet, whatever you decide to make with it. So yeah, it's way, it feels a lot more like thread. When I look at it right here, focus, I look at it right here, it almost looks like steel cable, but when you actually touch it, it feels a lot more like thread. So it moves nice and easy. And then little threading tool. And let's take a look. This looks important. They wrapped it up. So let's take a look at what this is. So this says Lilypad in cursive on the back, and it's got a positive. I don't actually know what it is. It looks like some kind of junction point or something. I guess we'll find out. But this stuff is, I think Lilypad is a brand name, and this appears to be a genuine item just at my first glance, just touching kind of the quality of it. Comes with a micro USB cable, and we have some regular thread with a needle. And we have the Lilypad itself. So looking at the Lilypad, let's see here. I'll have to tell you what it is off the thing. I think it's a Mega. I think it's a Mega, like 324 or whatever those things are called. Has a USB and looks like a place to put the battery jack, and has let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 analog inputs over here, and then positive and negative, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digital inputs, I'd assume, just judging by the fact that there's no A on there. And a little switch here for charging. So it looks like it's got some kind of battery management, which is pretty cool. So it's got a charge mode and an on mode. So sweet. And then I'm afraid to push that. I think that's a button. I don't want to push it if it's an LED or something, but nothing on the back. But the board is clean and shiny and purple and looks good. So sweet. Let's take a look at what else they gave us. So this, I would guess, is a coin cell holder, maybe 2 coin cell holders. It looks a little thick for a 2032, but let's see what it says here. Yeah, I'm guessing it's a 2032 coin cell holder with an on-off switch. No, I don't know. There's 2 more of these things, and these have batteries in them. So here's 2 more. Yeah, they have the same number. So there's 4 coin cell holders. So I don't know if the idea is that each one of these, each sensor has its own thing on there. I don't know. I've never used this stuff before, so we'll find out. So let's see here. We have, this is orange and green. So these are apparently teeny tiny LEDs that can be attached with those same alligator clip wires. They look like they're made to just be grabbed on there. So interesting. Then we have 2 more of these, which this is a tiny switch. And I'm assuming this is a button. I'm going to push it. Yeah, okay. So this little teeny tiny thing here, focus, is a button. So we've got a bunch, maybe 4 LEDs of each, no, 5 of this one. 5 of this one. So we've got 10 LEDs. And we have a button and a switch. And there's another piece here. So these 2 little units, this looks like, that looks like maybe an RGB LED. It's a little smaller than a, I don't know, it's a tiny LED. And then this, not really sure what they're getting at there. We'll find out. Maybe a photocell, something like that. I don't know. We'll find out. So let's clear all that out, because really, I mean, when we're talking about younger people, it's about the documentation. So they came with an actual printed book, which is really nice. Not having to go online and download something. So there's 4 coin cell holders and 2 batteries. And oh, that one that I pulled out, this one here, is a buzzer. So sweet, you can make buzzes and beeps and stuff like that. We've got the main Arduino board, the LEDs, there's 10 LEDs. This is a button module, slide switch. This is a light sensor, yep, photocell like I was saying, and this is a tricolor LED. So I think I was overall pretty good at guessing what this stuff was. There's 6 sheets of that felt, and let's see what it tells us to do. We're just gonna kind of take a look around. So it's got some basics of how e-sewing works, and telling us that we need to just how to sort of set it up. Let's see here, hot gluing. You know I love some hot gluing. It tells you not to cut your thread. So yeah, I mean, like, it's a nicely documented book so far about how to connect all this stuff together with thread. And I like the fact that you can connect it together with those alligator clips before you get to the point of sewing. So that's sweet. So let's see. So they have some projects. Oh, I'm seeing now. Okay, so I thought that this was primarily just to make one thing, but I'm guessing you can make a bunch of different things with it. So, all right, so a glowing pin, and gives you some idea of how to put the thing together, making something that's way more creative than I could ever sew. Oh, sweet, how to make like an eye mask, and how to make a light up plush, and light up pennant, you know, make it sports themed, baseball. Nightlight pennant, yeah, pennant. And yeah, then there's some stuff about how to do the code. So let's take a look at the coding part. So I went over to the website and I used their example code, and it was super simple. Check this out. And you know, the first time I put it together, I actually just said wow, because it was kind of ridiculously easy how to do it. And one of the things I appreciated is that they didn't just call this a buzzer. You know, they explained how the coil works and how, you know, when it's magnetized, it pulls in this direction and makes a little bit of a sound. But if you do that thousands of times a second, you're able to play tones. And I mean, they didn't go into the engineering of it, but they gave you enough of an example to where you could picture what's going on inside of the sensor. So I really appreciate that. I think I'm actually going to be buying a fair amount of this stuff. I think I'm going to get a little bit more of it so that maybe each kid can make something. These boards are cheap to obtain, and the code examples are great. So I'm kind of excited about this kit, and I'm kind of excited about making some fun wearable stuff. So this is the Kookye, Kookye. Yeah, Kookye, Kookye. This is the model number here, but it is the starter learning kit for Lilypad. Pretty cool product.